Yo, what's going on? This is the college dropout season.
Dropouts, baby.
About to say some wild shit. Just know we can't be cancelled.
I'll be trying to get cancelled. You can cancel me.
So this is the college dropout season 2. Episodes found on the makingchangestudios.com website, Spotify, and all major streaming platforms. Stay tuned, guys. This is some good conversation. Grab a cup of tea. Like the one and only. And first of all, I don't believe in the one and only. Second of all, the breakup with someone's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, yo, there's 9 billion. I don't even know how many billion of people on this planet.
Exactly.
Do you know what?
You've probably met 0.0000001% of people.
But I feel like people feel that way in relationships because they like the way what the person brings out of them. Not the actual. They don't mind the connection, but they just love what the person brings out of them.
Yeah, but that was always in you, innit?
That's in you, and
that was already there, just lying dormant.
True.
Somebody kind of showed you the path, but it was always there. So at some point, if you just allow yourself to be free and just really express yourself, it was always going to come to the surface.
That's a good point.
So,
good point.
You don't need nobody. You gotta want to be with somebody because, like Air says, it's nice. It's built into us to have a companion to go through life, isn't it? Like, that makes us feel complete.
True.
You know what I mean? The yin to the yang, or what's it called? A partnership.
Yeah.
You get it? A partnership.
Do you think like today's times it's different? Like back in the day, people go, I see it all the time. People are like, they don't make relationships like they used to. Like 30, 40, 50-year relationships. People together to the die. And then I mean, it's good and I rate that 100%. I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. But people negate to think of the factors that go along with that. So back in the day, women needed men. You understand? Like, women couldn't leave a relationship because she had no financial security.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you understand?
No, it's true.
She was tarnished. If you had kids and you left a man, you was looked at like, yo. So people used to be getting like abused, beat in them relationships and would stay in them. The fear of God would make them stay sometimes.
True.
So do you think it's better now that people are more fluid with their relationships, as in to say like we said earlier, if it's not working, we've tried, let's just call it a day and move on?
I think it's easier to do that now. Like, I feel like the independence with women now needing a man and a man's, creating his independence. I do feel like that makes a barrier of, I can just go off and do me, like I don't really need this. Like, does that make sense? But I feel like biblically, women need a man.
And a man needs a woman.
And a man needs a woman.
Yeah, but why? Okay, why?
It's cold at night. We're in winter now. It's cold. That's another reason. Plus, if you look at it, when the men are by themselves, there's things that they think they can do that when they're with a woman, it brings out in them. Whereas for a woman, it's like, I can cook, clean, and look after myself. Like, I don't really need that. But emotional wise, a woman needs a man.
Just emotionally.
I feel emotionally.
I think
physically.
Obviously, that comes all, but like connection wise.
Yeah.
That builds in it.
I mean, it's a shame. I mean, it's good, the fact that now, obviously, no one feels forced to be in a relationship because of social pressures and how you may be looked at if you're no longer in a relationship, especially as a woman. Obviously, like it says, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, being a single woman, the sort of opportunities that was out there for you if you were single with kids, life was very hard, innit? So I guess a lot of them, not to say that everybody was so happy, because clearly not. Marriages have lasted up until this new generation, innit? But now it's changed. It's a shame that you don't really see relationships, or it's rare now that relationships last 10, 20, 30, 40 years. I mean, obviously, new generations.
Yeah, you get one.
It's not as common. People that we went to school with 20 years ago are still together now. doesn't really happen. Obviously, the world's changed now, where you've got social media. The world's got smaller. You know, you can meet people just all over the world, basically.
Everybody's interconnected.
It's interconnected, so it seems like there's more options available, and you know, you just looking at your partner that's at home. It's become easier to be distracted.
I was going to say there's more temptation out there now.
Yeah,
is that what you say?
There's more temptation. It's become easier to be distracted, and now we're seeing that in terms of relationships not having that same longevity as they once did. But who knows? Time will tell on that.
Are our relationships meant to last that long?
What?
Like in realistic terms, we as individuals, what our whole nature is to progress. Like we said, to be happy and to progress. But if we're expecting to stay with the same people from the age of 16, 17, 18, you don't even know yourself at 16, 17, 18. No one here can tell me now, if they looked back at their younger selves, they thought like, you know what, I knew what was going on. You thought you did at the time, but you don't. So if you get with someone then, and then in 10 years' time, your whole, whatever's happened in your life, your whole perspective could have changed, hasn't it? That's true. It's not that the person you're with is necessarily bad or done anything wrong. Or
it's timing, isn't it? Timing's everything.
Yeah. So, but then there's that pressure of like, okay, they're not bad, they're good to me, but they've not done anything wrong. So why would I leave?
Can I say the point?
Because you can outgrow people.
The point that I got told a very long time ago: longevity does not determine strength. It doesn't matter how long you've been with someone. It doesn't matter, like, you could have a picture on the wall and it could look so good hanging up, but when you take it off, really and truly, like, it's just a picture. Do you know what I mean? But, like, I feel like the world feels like they need to be in a relationship. People don't actually take the time out to know themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People, like, especially, like, when you see, like, people who have children, like, at a young age, they feel like they have to be together because of the kids. But when they split up, it's like, oh, gosh, like, I've never known myself as much as I do now. Do you know what I mean? And like, I feel like you get that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I mean about having relationships young and starting from that early age and expecting. Because I used to be like that, you know. I used to swear to, I used to say my first relationship, I'm marrying that person.
Oh,
straight up, no messing.
We all said it.
Yeah,
we all said it.
I don't remember saying that.
I don't remember saying
that's what I was like. I
don't,
that's what I'm saying. So I've done my teen young to an age where when I actually thought, yeah, I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to settle down, and I was still young then. So me knowing now, looking back, thinking, yeah, but do you regret those things? Like, do you regret your past relationships or think they're waste time?
Nah, man. I think sometimes it's about experiences, isn't it? And like sometimes you just want to, like, as you said, if you was together with someone from 16, 17, 18 and didn't really know yourself, didn't really know the world, and then you kind of stayed together like they used to back in the day, you'd want to, it wouldn't be fair on either of you to kind of maintain that. I think it makes sense to kind of go off and spread your wings, do your own thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm speaking from my personal experience in that. Like, obviously, I knew my missus from school, and then, like, at the time, I remember writing poems and shit, and like, yo, this is the one, this is the one.
So
that puppy love, and then you start to experience the world in it and everything in it, and then things go.
But how was you writing poems when you was in like special ed and that?
Because that's what they had us doing, innit?
I can't lie, that's cute.
We had to stick letters to the page with Crit Stick and try and make a poem. It looked like serial killer notes.
That's what I was about to say. From Silence to the Lambs, bro.
That's what I said.
She run off.
But it won her over. That's what I'm trying to say. It won her over. Now she's gonna be my wife, innit? All these years later, bro. Like it's one of them things, man. Like people, I don't think that people are designed to be with one person and then just stay with that person from 16 or anything. But I think it all depends on the individual and how the individual is kind of put together. Some people like the companionship and the growing together and the knowing everything about each other. Some people like the fleeting stuff, and when it gets past being kind of like that initial love, then people go off and do whatever. There's all kinds of people doing different things in it, and I don't think there's any right or wrong way of doing it. Everyone is experiencing their own journey on this planet in this life, innit? So however they choose to do it, I don't think there's one. Boom.
But the reason
But it's not fair at the same time because, you know, as women, they can't. I don't know if they're free to have that same sort of.
Do you think that your missus thinks you two are going to be together forever? Forever.
I don't know.
Forever ever.
I don't know.
I can't.
We don't ever put a date on it. It's just we go in it.
I don't think that anybody does that. I don't think that anyone does these days.
You don't think about the end?
No, what are we thinking about the
I
end?
can't think for every female, but I know when I'm in love, like I'm thinking, let's grow it all together. Like let's get a dog, let's get a house.
100%.
Let's do it together.
Yeah. Okay, no,
that's the
I'm
plan,
talking
innit?
about-
That's always the plan.
Yeah, okay, but when Greg said, do you think about, are you going to be together forever? Like, I'm not thinking about it. I don't think like that. I go in and every day I wake up and I'm happy waking up next
Okay,
morning.
you take one day at a time, basically.
Yeah, of course we're building
So what
together
about when you wake up and you're not
naturally.
happy?
But
Had a
to
bad
say-
sleep and your missus is like, you right, baby? No. It's over. No. But
yeah, so that's how I approach it.
what
I
the
don't
point I
really
was
think
trying to
about-
make, sorry, Des, to cut you off. The point I was trying to make is that I don't think anyone's under the delusion that it's meant to last forever anymore. I think everybody thinks if it doesn't work out, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
But
It's
but-
not
because there
when
is
you
plenty
say
of
like
fish in the
that,
sea.
it sounds bad. Like there's plenty more fish in the sea. It's not that. It's just
I think that a
logically
lot
the
of
reason.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that is true. There's
Like,
like how many people?
It's not like
are-
there's plenty more fish in the sea, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying like, yeah, there is. Like it's mad, but it sounds cool to saying it because I don't know, man. People feel like it's really harsh. Like I remember when one of my partners tried to say to me, "Oh my God, you know, like if we broke up, I just wouldn't. I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I'd do with myself."
I'd become a hairy biker.
And I had to turn around to her and just be like, "Yo, you know what? You're gonna be fine, you know.
Yeah,
Like
you'll
you'll
be
be
fine.
fine. Like I'll be fine. You'll be
Yeah,
fine. No one's died. It sounds cold. So how can you say that?" I'm sorry, because it's true, and it like you'll meet someone else, have a nice life.
True.
How important do you think it is to know how to love your partner?
Oh.
It's the
Because
utmost
this
important.
is
Otherwise,
but-
it's never going to work.
yeah. So this is where it gets confusing because you can how you act, I guess, is who you are, not what you're saying. It's why they say watch feet, don't watch mouth. Yeah. So when you're in a relationship, you could be doing the utmost, but not really paying attention to your partner's, what's it called, like love languages.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You schooled up on this thing. You've read the book somewhere.
You know.
Come on.
no, that's so how important. What do you think of them? Are they a thing, or is it just like nah? You need all of it, or
I don't think you need all of it, you know. I feel like you just need your love language to speak for itself, like, regardless. Like, you can't say you care for someone if they don't do something for you to care about. Do you know what I mean? You could say you love someone, but you could just be saying that, but it's in your actions, it's in the way you treat them, it's in your act of service to that person.
Dependent on, I think it's dependent on what love language that person receives as well.
This is what I was just about to say. So is it important that, because let's say I'm in a relationship and I've got my partner and I keep buying her gifts, like just buying her gifts.
Yeah.
But all she keeps saying to me is, "Oh, I just want some quality time." Now, am I
talking about
then
Kanye?
just negating her feelings and doing what's easy for me?
Right.
Do you see what I'm trying to say? Because it's easy for me to buy gifts.
To-
If I
trying
got
to-
the money, it's just
yeah.
like, I'll just buy a gift.
Trying to buy
a gift.
affection, like. Yeah, it's,
I mean,
again, some people will receive that. Like some people are like, oh yeah, and lap it up in it. Others will be like you said, they want the quality time. And if you're not giving the quality time what they're asking for, and you're just replacing that with gifts, then
What do you think
you're
yours
gonna get
is?
nowhere first.
What's your...
What's my love language?
Gift buying business. With that gift buying business. You're crazy. We definitely read different books.
I forget to buy flowers on. You know what I mean? You have to the last minute ones, and you drive down
That
to.
one read Trapology.
You're terrible. You're terrible.
Like, there's this geezer that sells flowers by me, like on the main road. anytime when I need flowers and it's like a special day or something like that and I've forgotten, I know he's gonna be there, reliable. Kind of lean on him a little. You know what I mean?
You're terrible. You're terrible. You're actually terrible.
Like
but it's the thought that counts, I guess. You know.
At least I remembered, and it was like
Before,
yeah.
Yeah, it's done. What's yours then?
What are they? What are the love languages? Acts of service is one, like you said.
Yes, service.
I think affection and that kind of
affirmation.
I don't know what it is.
Should we have a look? Yeah.
So I think it's acts of service, giving gifts, affirmation, quality time.
Yeah.
Is there one more?
No, 5.
There was one more. How do none of us know this?
Yeah, well,
I'm sure all of us have been in love before.
Yeah, but I do know, now you said it, acts of service, that rings true to me. You know,
There's
so
7 or 5 love languages.
That's what you like to give.
No, that's
what you like to get.
That's what I like to
You
receive.
like to receive?
Acts of service.
Wow.
Pause, man.
Wow.
Bro, there's no way to clean this up. But acts of service, there's always been
That
there
is
for
terrible.
me. Got my back, that's the
Falls
one.
into
I
5
got their
distinct
back.
categories: words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the question was, what is your love language, wasn't it? So
So I said
like you
mine's,
like acts of service,
mine's probably physical touch, to be fair. Be serious, like just an affectionate person, man.
I'm in terms
Yeah,
of giving, I'm all
I
of
think
the
mine
above.
would be as well, you know. I'm not to be too big into, she don't need to be telling me like, yeah, I love you, or you're beautiful, Aaron, you're the best.
Just
That's
compliments
affirmation.
here and
It's just
there.
dropping grapes into my mouth, like, yeah.
The thing is, that's not to say everyone just responds to one love language either. Is it?
Yeah, of course.
Everyone's got
No,
their
but you
different-
know what connects with you, don't it?
I would say
You know what connects. I know what connects
No, I'd
with
say there's
I do like
probably
acts of
2 or
service
3.
as well,
you. Can't, when somebody just got you back, you didn't even think to do something. Dad, you know, I got your mum's Mother's Day card. I was like, right.
Yeah.
I didn't
Do you know what? That is true, you know.
You
That
get
is
it?
so true.
This girl's just always got me.
Yeah,
And it's just, you get it? That, I'm like, rah. What can I do about you? Then I start thinking, what can I do? What am I going to do about you? You know, because now, you know, it's
True.
It's that.
Star's getting
So
all
that's-
5.
That's what I'm saying. For me, that speaks to me.
Wakes up in the morning, she's like, "Come with apple too." What? What's my name?
I don't. So, yeah. But then obviously you do need to know the love language of your partner.
Your partner,
Get it.
It's true. I would say mine is strongly like I am a giver, like acts of service, affirmation, physical touch. Yeah.
Steady.
I would say I'm wifey set up. I would definitely say it, but it's not everyone that deserves that energy. Like
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
it just depends.
Well, let's talk about that then, male energy. So, is it more appealing, or does it even matter to you for a man's energy to be out there? Like,
Can I ask one question first before you continue that
Go
question?
on.
Did anyone watch that thing on BBC? It's like a Love Island thing, but it's like the BBC version.
No.
So anyway, right, what it is, it's people that have been speaking to each other on social media.
Okay. Yeah.
And they've been speaking to each other 3 years, 5 months, 1 year, and they meet up on this little island, this getaway thing. So they've been having like a kind of talking to each other for ages, some of them. This is the first time they're meeting. So they meet up on this island, and like there's this one guy, and like this woman comes over and he like loves her, I think. He like comes over and he's like proper buzzing, but he's just like, his energy's a bit like geeky, and in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you can tell straight away she wasn't like, yeah. But then there's another guy on the island and he wasn't feeling his thing. So now she's saying, So the reason I started thinking of that is because when you're talking about like the energy and the matching, like some people's energy just don't go straight away, and like
100%.
I was kind of hoping someone else would have watched the show because you'd understand what I'm talking about. But watch it.
No, but I
you'll
get
see
exactly
how-
what
I'm
you
gonna
mean.
watch that
though.
tonight. You know?
And
I
the
get
thing is, like, she's going on because she don't know him. They don't know each other. Just
Yeah,
talking
but is he
online.
feeling a way about it? Is he being
Yeah,
like...
there's one
he's
point.
Like,
There's one point, right? There's one point, like, he's sat where Darren is here, and she sat where
she
we
actually
are.
gave me a WhatsApp number.
She turned off her notifications.
It's a cold world, man. It's a real cold world.
Anyway, moving on. Sorry, what was you
No,
gonna
but
say?
that's what I'm saying. So, like, is the man whose energy is out there more appealing to you, or a man who's more reserved? Because I feel like, is there something to be said for a man if it's a woman? I want a woman who I think no one else can have.
I think that's most men's
In a way.
probably.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
Like, you could see a nice woman in it before,
Yeah.
like, and then you could chat to her, and then you could see her, and then you could see her, like, chatting to 10 other men. Is that what, mate? You, what, mate, going to be a bit like, oh, no. She's giving that same energy to everyone.
Like
for
everybody, like she's for everyone.
to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? No, this is where you come with this. Are you obsessive or something? If you started talking to me and you built up that connection, and then you feel like you could go over there and,
I ain't got time for it.
are you gonna come back? Oh, what's wrong with you?
But then-
go talk to Jack, innit? About what's wrong with me?
But then men have a way of doing that, yeah, without even making it be known, though.
Shit.
You think?
Energies, innit? Energies.
Yeah, I just feel
Yeah,
like
no, you should have picked up signs.
a man could easily be like, oh, I wasn't doing anything, babe. I was just telling her where she needs to go, you know, giving her directions. But body language could be another way that could make it be miscommunicated. Very highly. But
Man say like this.
Where was you giving her directions to?
where was she going? Or she could find her way. Like, you don't need to show her the way. But back to your question, I feel like some men don't want to be looked at as soft enough. Like, they don't want to be looked at a type of way that could make them look like they're giving too much. So they feel like they do need to be reserved, do need to kind of hold back a bit.
Yes.
Mainly the guys that, me personally, the guys that, you know, just like, oh, babe, I love you, like, you're my everything. They're lying. They're liars. They're all liars. Like,
Hold on. When's this
game and that one?
Are you talking about early on, or are you talking about in relationship status?
early on.
Okay, this is good because I wanted to ask this. Is there such thing as love at first sight? Is there such thing as love at first sight?
Can get a tingle.
I think there is.
You
I'm gonna
get
say.
No, you can get
That ain't a heart flutter.
No, you can get a heart flutter, like, you know, just a feeling like.
tingle and the
That's
heart
what it is,
flutter
isn't
two
it? It's a
different.
chemical reaction, isn't it? Like, love is a chemical reaction in your brain.
Is it?
Like, yeah, man.
How-
It's
why
a
is
chemical reaction in your brain, man.
But how can you? So you don't think love has anything to do with a shared emotion? So you've seen someone at first sight. You've seen her and you've lost it after her, which is why you're tingling.
Hang on.
That's
no,
why
no,
you
no,
wait.
Rewind.
That's why
Rewind.
you.
Why did you draw straight for the
why you
loss? Doesn't necessarily have to. If it's not giving me,
I'm saying
just
is-
because
a
it's
big dip.
just because it's not love
Because
doesn't mean
doesn't-
that it's lost. It's just a chemical reaction. You see someone like you feel chemistry. If you can maintain that chemistry for another 30 years, and it's the same thing.
But how can you? Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, how can you feel chemistry if you've never spoke to them? It's something that's made up in your head.
What do you mean just from looking at them?
Oh, yeah, just
You're
looking
just looking at someone.
I'm seeing someone going, yo, boom.
I think to some degree, yes. Because
Ain't no way.
to some degree,
I'm not gonna
yes.
lie.
Allow it. No.
I'll be honest
No,
with you.
listen. I can think of times when I can remember instances where like just on the looks, and it's just like
You don't know.
looked at each other for like
You
an
don't know.
extended period of
And
time.
then-
You don't know.
And I
until
remember that
But you're
distinctly in my mind.
you're
so
trying to
it's
say
caused
you
something.
haven't seen someone and been like, yo, she looks like she could have my kids.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm
she
just
looks
saying. I'm saying that because I'm gassed up at the time. She's looking nice. You know what I'm saying? She's appealing. She might be saying all the right things on that particular day. So like, yo, I'm walking away from that pumped up like, this is it. I found a one. Da da da. And a week later, I'm like, rah. you know, we're going around to the house.
The red flags
You've got
start
the
coming
ring
out.
around the bath because you didn't wash out the bath. And, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Sounds like too many bad experiences.
Some long toenails.
See?
Takes off her socks and her toenails about 3
See
centimeters.
the hella man stuff. I'm like, right.
So this is what I'm saying. So again,
this ain't love no more. But let me caveat that by saying a few of these shows as well, like Big Brother or whatever you want to name, Love Is Blind, or you know, if you was constantly around somebody, say you was just on an island and with somebody for, you know, a 2-week period or a month period, however, you know, just a short period of time at that point, because you've managed to share with that person a significant amount of time. Yeah, it's almost like a crash course. I don't know about word way. It's almost like a crash course.
Oh my God.
When it's on the TV as well.
But forget the TV. I'm just talking about in that particular scenario.
Right.
If you was just around somebody just constantly, and you both was already attracted to each other, and at that point, because you spent so much time around each other, more than what you would do if you was dating somebody. If you was dating somebody, you'd spend what, you know,
I mean, if it's intense,
8 hours a week,
if it's
maybe.
intensive,
But then, my question is, this
not
is
your work, but that's
but
what
that's
it is.
the term.
No, because you know when you go to work, right? Just saying. Yeah, when you go to work, if you're in close proximity to someone, so when you work with someone, you're in close proximity, well, you don't even really like that person sometimes, because you're in that close proximity for so long, so much so that you can start to fool yourself to think like, yeah, they're alright, like. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's that weird thing, tricking yourself.
Why is he tricking yourself?
But at that point,
Why is that tricking yourself?
you would
Because you wouldn't talk to them
But
otherwise.
you
But
would
that doesn't mean that you wouldn't feel if you
Nah,
started
man.
to feel something towards that person
You're
because
right.
you work with them and
Yeah.
you got along with them.
Agree
You're
with
not
that, yeah.
tricking
But no,
yourself
can I
into
say-
anything.
but that's
You're
the
just
same thing, isn't it?
genuinely
Yeah.
grown
Yeah.
together. And
Yeah,
But can I say,
100% agree
is it
with
better to build a relationship just purely on love, you know, things are going great, or is it better to build a relationship on, let's be friends first, let's build and see where it goes?
I don't think friends first. I don't think, because I think I treat my friends differently to I treat my partner.
Okay.
So I don't class my partner as a friend. I don't need to build a friendship with her before I'm in a relationship with her. We'll build our friendship as we're in a relationship because I want more from my partner than I do from my friends. It's a completely
From the
different
off.
dynamic.
it's just like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
It is though.
Take
because
off your
I-
clothes.
Trying to put in a friend zone. They tell me about your experiences with boyfriends and whatnot, and I'm here to be a shoulder to cry. What's going on? I'm gonna start firming you from that point. Not even no hugs. Alright, cool blood. But no, I do get the point though.
You get the point?
I totally do. To be honest, I actually agree with you.
Okay.
I feel like
See, small agrees.
No, I feel like it
agrees.
is very good to kind of be able to have a friendship. You know when they say that, you know, your partner's meant to be your best friend. I feel like if your partnership is built on friendship, it's got a better chance of lasting that the what's it called, the length of time or whatever, the strength of
Longevity.
yeah, the longevity. Where you can also, I'm not saying it's a one size fits all. You can be in a relationship with them, and you know you've had various different experiences together, and you've grown together, and now you've built up that bond together. Where you get me, I'm your mine's and I'm yours, and it's that way. It's that strength there. So there's not a one size fits all, but I totally agree with the friendship and being friends with somebody before you then, you know, go to the next level.
I think that's good, but it's not necessarily a thing for me personally.
Okay.
Because I genuinely feel like
I'm a horny
I
bastard.
No, but you can
No,
be
but
friends and
I
still
feel
do
like-
all of that anyway.
Yeah.
Really?
No,
Is that what we're
no,
talking
no,
about?
No,
Let's don't do that.
Let me add it to this point.
No,
You can be
No, you can't.
no,
You're just
it would
non-committal at this
never
point.
work. It
Why
would
not?
never
Why
work.
can you not be non-committal at that point? Why are you gonna
okay,
say,
then-
okay, we're friends?
Look
and
at it this way.
We're doing stuff.
No,
but
no. Look at it this way. You're gonna do something with me, and then you're gonna be like, oh, so, you know, Days, I'm seeing somebody else. Like, you know, I think we should kind of let this go. Okay, cool. I don't know if you've ever heard the terms. Probably it's new to you guys, but it's something that me and my friends do speak about. pussy feelings is a very deep thing. You could think you have feelings for someone, but it's intimate feelings. It's not like, it's not based on anything emotional. But you see that
sex.
just sex.
Yeah,
but then
100%.
but then you see the person that you had sex with somebody else. You're gonna be like, whoa, like I didn't think I could take this. Like, this is too much for me. Like, let me go. Like, do you know what I mean? So I don't think in that part, like, me personally, I don't think things come back like that. Like, probably you can test drive it and see where it goes.
I don't think you can have sex with your friends.
You can't.
Period.
You just
Like,
can't.
I don't think-
Depends. You're either a friend or you're a friend that potentially
Nah,
could
but
lead
it has to be.
onto-
It has to be a friend you're willing
the
to let
options
go.
that it's a weird.
But my
zone.
point is, like, with my friends, I would say that all my friends really kind of think the same. It like we're different. Don't get me wrong.
Like,
wait.
long-term
No,
friends,
but
by the
let me
way.
finish. No.
I'm not talking about this. Like,
Yeah,
confused.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying to you is, so there needs to be a point for me to say, like, if I'm gonna date you, I've got to have wanted to date you from the start. I'm not saying to you, I want to be your friends to potentially date you.
Okay.
That don't make
But
sense.
who's
to
the
work
one
out
to
if I
somebody
wanna
says I
be
want to be
with
a
you or not.
friend? What are you talking about? No,
So,
this
so,
doesn't
so why
happen.
are you talking about
Just
friendship then?
naturally-
Because at the end of the day, if I'm dating someone, I am romantically entertaining them.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
dating
cool.
you to be like saying, oh, we're going to be friends. We're not
Nah,
going to be friends,
but
we're
why not?
dating or
Why
we're
is
dating.
Why is
then-
that just great company?
I can't
They're
lie.
just great company.
I see
They
you
actually
po- I
just
see your
love
point.
That
being
don't
around
happen
that
to me because, like...
You can just be
No,
great
no,
company,
no.
like, you know what,
No,
oh, this girl,
but-
oh man,
no.
we're laughing every 2 minutes, like, it's like my
If you
bedroom.
make me laugh every 2 minutes and you're that good company, I'm going to want to sleep with you.
100%.
Facts, well, I'm telling you that. And I'm in a
So
relationship,
then
I'm
you've
just
done
telling you
that. So
like,
then you've
but-
done that now. So now
And then-
But men do that, though.
So now
Men do
because
that.
No, women
that's
do
because
as well, don't
women do it more than men. Come on.
Women,
Oh,
I'm telling you.
And then it's that edit. That's number one. Come on, don't
No,
do
no,
that
but
about me.
listen, I'm not talking about in terms of me and saying that, but that's what I'm trying to say. I tell you, women are the first people say like, oh, it made me laugh. Like, I'm saying to you, if you get that much of someone's company, you're gonna be attracted to them.
Yes, and my
Regardless,
point
so
was
don't
just
matter.
because you slept
That's
with
not-
them. That's okay. We slept together, so now you're.
But to me,
I'm your
that's not
boyfriend, you're my
friendship. To
girlfriend.
me, that's not.
Like,
Can I say something?
That's
That's crazy.
Yeah, but to me, that's not friendship. So that's what you're saying, innit? We have to define what we mean as friendship.
True.
To me, like, friendship is like, I know I could go to Greg or you or something and tell you just anything, or I know you're gonna react in a certain way. So that's friendship. Like when you've been through certain things together. To me, that's friendship. I don't need that from a partner. She don't have to come from the same struggle that I've been through. She don't have to know the same lingo that I know. She don't have to like the same music that I know. I just need to know that me and her
There's no
have
have-tos.
got.
There's no
yeah,
have-tos.
but I'm saying that me and her. No, I know that the things that she has to do for me personally is I have to be able to look at her and think, you know what, right, one, you fine. To me, no one else. It don't matter what no one else thinks to me.
Yeah.
Two, if I see you if I visualize you having my child, boom, that's it. I'm not looking for my friends for that shit. So I know when I'm looking for a woman, I'm not looking for no friend. That's it. I'm looking for something different straight off the bat. Can I have 100 friends, you know?
That's true. That's true.
I get where you're coming from. You can't ever argue with
I see your
person
point as
that-
well, but it never works. It never works.
I'll never say never.
works.
Trust me, I wouldn't say never. You can't say it never works. No way.
Do you have any?
Oh, not you gonna call him out.
No, I'm only gonna say. I'm only gonna say.
Call him out.
My partner, you're talking about?
Yeah, obviously we're all partners, but I'm saying to you, I've probably got one. Like I'm talking about really I've got females I know, friends, associates, but one female friend that I could probably just go and chat to, like, man. That's it. One.
Yeah.
And the reason why I probably kept that friendship like that is because I and she, there's never been no like attraction. It's just been a
Friendship,
to me, you are like one of the mans kind of thing. That's it. Like, and that's it when it comes to women, really, if I'm gonna be truthfully honest. I've got other friends who are like, but they're not like friend.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So I don't think, man. I feel like when men say that they've got friends, especially men like. This sounds funny, but men with really good female friends, and then they got really good looking female friends. So and they go, No, we're just friends. So I feel like, yeah, so what you're telling me, so if she rings you one night and goes, yo, come round, man.
That man just can't get in the friend zone.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
That man just can't get out of the friend zone, so they're happy being in that zone until they get that call.
At first, they're going to be like, oh,
you.
what are you phoning me for? She'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm at home. Then it's going to be like, oh, do you want to come round? And they're going to be like,
Home alone.
I wasn't expecting this. I'm coming. I'll be there in half an hour. That's what I feel like, mate. That's how I feel.
That's a good point. Cause
I feel like a lot of men, like when it's like, yeah, we're just friends. Really, like, oh, really? You're in the friend zone, but yeah. And you might be happy to be in there, but I know if the chance arose, you'd be.
Yeah,
that's true.
I wasn't talking about that sort of friendship, but I get what you're saying.
So how do you define it then? What's the difference? What do you say when you meet somebody? Do you say like, let's just be friends first, or is it just like the interaction? You're thinking to yourself, we're gonna be friends for a bit because I'm in agreement with Aaron. Like I can't draw that line and say like it's got to be like friendship first because I'm not wired that way. Like I'm like very similar. Like I have to be physically attracted. And that physical attraction is what drives a lot of my relationship, I'll be honest with you. Like, it's not all be all and end all, and if it doesn't happen, then it's cool, but, like, it's like, to me, that's a very big part of being in a relationship.
Yeah, 100%.
And being, and being in love with someone. I think it's a 100%. Massive part. I thought I was in love before, and I wasn't, and, some things were happening, this were happening, but other things were good, I just thought, it's not. You're not responding to my 5 love languages. So then I had to move on, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's hard moving on though, isn't it? I know like it's been done to death, but let's just take a look at Will, innit?
Right.
Let's bring it right round, because I know we ain't actually sat down together since this happened, so I do want to touch on it. So, is this a case of a broken man acting out, or is it just great marketing? Is it really this hyped up? I mean, everyone knows that the rumours that they've got an open relationship. So if they've got an open relationship, why is it so broken? Is it because it's been made to look like a fool?
Nah, it's the disrespect, bro.
What, the cheating? Or
the thing is,
he doesn't care about
you don't know if he's done it like before.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know if she's done it before. We just happen to know about this one instance.
And if they've got an open relationship, come on, Will Smith's strapping down a half a Hollywood.
Wasn't it Margot Robbie? Wasn't it meant to be like...
It's Will Smith, come on. The guy looks good, no homo, but
I'll be honest, I didn't know Will Smith gets as many girls because I just always saw him as a goofy guy. Like,
nah, but that's on
goofy,
TV.
like,
that's on
TV.
Too goofy. That's on TV. Like, who knows what they're like?
Nah, he's even more goofy in real life, if you ask me.
He's a goofy. You met him?
No, I've seen him on Jonathan Ross.
Yeah, that's on TV. Boy,
all I know is he could never try to slap me like that. I'd catch his hand and put my foot through his chest. Sit down.
I was thinking, this geezer's right now. He's thinking, I've had enough. I'm changing the narrative. This is man's biggest night, Oscar. And I've known you for X amount of years. And you come in and the show's just started and you're on my wife like this.
For the second time as well.
Yeah, for the second time, just on her neck.
But
now, I've got a scenario for you that actually... Sorry, let's give you this scenario. It's kind of unrelated but related at the same time. If you went to a comedy show, and you sat, in a well-lit place, you're not at the back, but you're quite... You're there, you're in the middle.
I see where this is going.
The comedian's just nice, jumped on your girl now, he's like, right, you've lost a bit, talk about her weight or something that she may have insecurities about. And he's done the joke, he's like, all right, funny. 10 minutes has gone by. It's like he's forgot all his script and his wife now become the joke of the show. At what point now? What you gonna do? You getting up to go home? You're gonna say, nah, fall back, my man. Allow my missus now, move on, innit? or you're just gonna go up there and cough him in his mouth and say, you know, and take your seat back.
I'll probably be bending, to be fair, if it was
for 10-15 minutes straight.
Yeah, straight, bro.
Ripping your girls to bits.
Creasing, yeah. I'll be creasing because I get that shit when I'm at home. So I'm like, yeah, that's right, bitch.
Who's laughing now?
That jokes me, man.
No, just joking. But yeah, of course, bro. If I'm in a comedy club, like, it's context, isn't it? I'm in a comedy club, so if I'm going and I'm sitting on the front, bro, I've been roasted in a comedy club.
That's cool. That's cool.
But my
there's a time, innit?
No, but
you've been on me for a few minutes now. Like, it's funny now, innit? But
nah,
I think it's different.
$100%.
And stuff that your girl may be insecure about. It's cool. It's comedy show, so we get it. You're gonna bust jokes, but it's like 10 minutes is gone now.
Yeah, I think if you're in a comedy
show,
still
riding her neck, fam.
I think if you're in a comedy show,
Did you ever watch wrestling?
Way, bro.
I'm jumping
off the stage. I'm doing something.
Run up, spear.
In
front of everybody giving whiplash.
It's like if you're getting drawn into that, bro.
Go on.
It's not real life. This is what you have to understand. Yeah, it's the point, bro.
It's just jokes.
No, it's not, bro.
It's at that point now. It's direct
No,
humiliation.
don't go to a comedy club. Don't go on a date and go to a comedy club.
And let me give you another bit of context as well. First of all, he wasn't roasting her for 10 minutes.
But the show just started.
But then
the show had just, you know, that he was ready to. His probably whole set was about Jay. From the moment we're boxing, that is, yo, keep my wife's name like you fucking man.
Lost half his joke.
That's it. Material's done.
But then,
what we're gonna do now?
I can't help but think we've seen this all before, though.
How do you mean?
Because you guys have watched Nutty Professor, innit?
Yeah.
You know, do you remember when the comedy show happened?
Yeah,
and then, you know, he kind of got his own back. She's acting like this ain't happened before. Like, she's acting like she don't know her place. Like, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
Everyone's acting like they have never seen this before. But
at some point, it starts being the joke.
So,
a joke. And now you're trying to take me for
defamation of character.
Can we just clarify this? You think that Will Smith was in the right for getting up and slapping it?
I feel like he felt like he just had enough. For that one particular joke, no, you know, it's silly. If it was just a one-off joke and the man said that, and
no, but he didn't get up.
But I'm saying it's deeper than that.
Yeah, but he was bending at the joke, bro.
Yeah, but that was his natural reaction, to laugh it off.
And then he looked now, and he put to his left
now, and he saw his missus is like, nah.
I've got a theory about
this. Ain't no one.
She's
like,
but then they could have left. They could have left.
He's asking where I'm going. This is the biggest night of my life. Where am I going?
Put that shit in the mail.
This is my Oscar.
They're taking it off him now.
This is my taking it off him. I don't care. But they never take that off him. They never take that moment off him. You talking about?
He could have.
They'll never take that moment off. You can take the Oscar. Who cares? Everyone knows I won the Oscar for Best Picture. You can take the trophy. We all know that I've had the recognition for it. What are you trying to do? That's just some. You get it? What's it called? Optics.
Alright, so listen, I've got a theory about the joke. Because everyone's saying the joke was about alopecia, and
joke's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but listen, so listen. So this is my theory. I tried to ask Greg. Greg thinks I was reaching, I think. So the joke now, what does it say about her playing G.I. Jane, innit?
Yeah.
Who played G.I. Jane?
Demi Moore.
Yeah, and who did she have the affair with? The guy who was 25 years younger than her, innit? Ashton Kutcher.
I didn't even know.
So
yeah, she did.
Oh, she did. Yeah,
she was born. Demi Moore, Ashton Kutcher. So when he went, G.I. Jane 2. Do you think you were saying? I mean, people telling me I was reaching, but I think that's pretty.
You might have cracked a code, you know, because I've been trying to think what does that joke mean. I know. You might have cracked a code.
Yeah, I think you're giving him more credit than he deserves. To be fair, I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I said. Think about that, though.
That's what I said. But I also do think that if you, as we spoke about it, if you're a comedian and you're constantly thinking of jokes, you're gonna think a bit deeper about it, and you're probably gonna get a bit twisted.
But that was a throwaway because it wasn't even that funny. The reference weren't that great.
A throwaway. The Oscars, bro. This is like a big moment.
G.I. Jane weren't no big film that everybody's seen. Like you get it. It weren't. You know, that's what I say. If you said it was something like she could have been in the new Black Panther or something like then you get it. It's more relevant and
eggheads.
But that's what I'm saying to you. But this is what I'm saying to you. Was the G.I. You said he could have said the Black Panther. He could have said anything, but for the bold woman, why say G.I. Jane? Like why? And then it just happens like the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Will Smith didn't get it, but Jada got it.
I think comedians think like that though, bro.
And Chris Rock's capable. He's a funny comedian, a funny guy. funny guy, but at the same time, you cross the line. Those that have been knowing each other for years.
Hang on, so answer me this.
You think you got?
Answer me this.
No, but if that's
you
not how you think of that,
no.
That's a good way of thinking about
Listen,
it.
if you cross the line, right, how come nobody slapped Ricky Gervais when he's calling them all pedos?
That's Ricky. They're not.
They're not going to do that.
Ricky. Will Smith's
Okay,
knowing
so
Chris
if Ricky
Rock
Gervais, but listen,
Yeah,
Fresh
since
Prince,
the
like, it's
start.
different. You're
Yeah,
not.
but
You
Will
see,
Smith-
if Ricky Gervais does it, Ricky Gervais.
No, but
Will
what
Smith
Will
and Ricky
Smith
Gervais'
has slapped
relationship.
Ricky Gervais?
Nah, because their relationship ain't like that. This is the point that you're missing.
What? So they've got Chris Rock and Will's got a better relationship, so he can
Nah,
slap him.
I'm saying that they go back years. Innit?
So he's
Like,
allowed to slap
this was-
him?
Nah, but it's cool. They've
It's
probably
more
chilled
likely.
at,
Yeah,
they've
I
chilled
get
at
it.
each other's house.
So it's
I've
cool to
already
slap him.
spoke to you how much years ago about, yo, just fall back off my wife innit, from this Oscar So White or something like that. I heard people say
2016.
Yeah,
or so,
yeah. So he must have gotten to him like, because
But you reckon they speak like that?
Yeah, bro. They've
they
been
must
knowing each other from Chris Rock's very first film.
Hang
They've
on.
been knowing each
Hang
other.
on, they've
It's not
starred
like
in films together. Doesn't mean they know
no,
each other.
fam. They
They
know
probably,
each
they
other.
probably never speak to each
Nah,
other.
they
don't
know
know that.
each other.
You don't know that.
Nah, well, this is what
I've heard that
these people say.
Will Smith's
I
like
don't know
not,
for a fact,
not
but it's
very
what
like
people say.
sociable with people. Doesn't he fall out with a lot of people that he works with and stuff like that? And people call him a bit of a
Ah,
diva.
come on now, start with these silly rumors.
Nah, but it's not rumours. I'm talking
I'm
about
just saying,
like.
but what we know for a fact that Chris Rock and Will Smith have known each other for years in an industry that was predominantly white, and they was one of the few black breakout stars to be in the industry. So at that point, then you're always going to have a natural.
I know he was
affinity
on the
to
Fresh
each
Prince
other,
as well,
regardless. Yeah, and he was on the Fresh Prince.
Who?
They got that
Chris Rock.
Just a couple of
He
episodes.
dressed up as a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doing the drag queen thing.
That was long.
So they know each other. This is the point. So now you know me. Now you might even know what my wife's going through. I don't even know, but I've told you back how much years ago. And as we sit down and dust off our seats and getting comfortable, I see Jada here, looking like what the fuck?
But then
Nah, cause
I'll be honest with you,
we're
because
shutting this thing down early. But you're right. You're right though. He did overstep the mark. I totally agree with that. There's no slapping him. That was stupid. But I get the pain that my man must have felt like, nah, fuck this.
I think,
I've
right,
had enough.
listen, this is my theory.
That's why I'd slap
This
a
is my
comedian if it was
theory.
riding my girlfriend.
This is my
I'm
theory.
jumping on stage.
Even if they hadn't discussed it beforehand, I reckon if Chris Rock wrote that joke or whoever wrote that joke knew that Will Smith had to do something, yeah, so he told the joke anyway. It's gonna go one way or another, isn't it? Will Smith's gonna sit there and take the joke, and everyone's gonna. He probably would have just passed by, innit?
Yeah.
No one would have heard of the joke. No one would have said there would be no memes about it.
Nah,
nothing.
but the
It would
jokes
have
were
just
coming.
gone.
The jokes were coming.
I think as you said it, I think it's wicked marketing from both sides.
No,
Chris
really.
Rock's like touring his flipping stand-up show.
But he's not talking
Will
about it.
Smith, huh?
He said he's not going to talk about it on his tour.
But I bet the tickets are
No,
gone
but
up,
it
so-
doesn't
Yeah,
need to.
it's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
half of the
Well,
UK
his
especially.
ticket sales have
Yeah.
like quadrupled or something since then. And Will Smith had films coming up. Although I've heard he may be getting pulled out of some of them
Exactly.
films.
So it don't benefit him.
Yeah,
Do
Will
you know
Smith
what?
don't
He,
benefit.
do you know what he thought? Do you know? This is what I'm trying to say. People don't really.
Will Smith's
what he
Will Smith's
actually
making documentaries and them things there.
Nah,
mate.
so do you
Will
know how much
Smith- he's not bothered
bags he's
about.
getting? And the
You know how
bag was
much he's
only.
got?
The bag was so. What the people with
And you
with the
think he's
most
gonna
already
start
got,
making money?
What more? People who've got the most. If you ask them what they want,
Money?
all they're gonna say is more. You don't care how much money he's got. He wants more.
I think
And
he's-
he was
I
about to.
think-
His bag was about to go up
Yeah.
after winning the Oscars. And at that point, when he's about to get his very first Oscar,
It was a
you
statement,
don't give a
man.
fuck who's in the building. On big nationwide, worldwide TV, and this is what we're doing, bro. He risked it all. He risked it all to defend his wife's honor. Now,
I'll be
at
honest.
that
Yeah.
point, when we're talking about love and all
Did
these
he do
things, he's like really out here with your missus's honor just out there. As the joke, ain't no way.
That's
Ain't
all this is
no
on, bro.
way.
And to be honest with you, the only way that Will Smith can actually get any honor is if he divorces her.
Why? Why should he divorce her?
Because she's making like a fucking
How?
idiot, bro.
How is she?
How? One, the letters to Tupac.
Oh.
Two, the Tupac's the first love, my only love, and all this rubbish.
Yeah.
3, my man can't satisfy me, don't you?
I ain't gonna lie.
My man can't satisfy me.
That was the
don't
big
know
one.
how to do this.
Oh, she said that.
Doesn't know how to treat me good.
She cries after sex.
Basically, she's dug Will Smith down. Like she said, listen, after we defended her honour, she come out and said, "Oh, we overreacted. It was stupid. They overreacted."
Yeah.
So therefore, she
said?
there. She just said,
Nah.
"He fucking stood up for me." What? Like,
Nah,
yeah,
that's
you
what she
can do
was
all
like.
that.
Nah, from the moment he written the apology, there wasn't clean up mode.
Doesn't matter. So
Yeah,
why
clean up
why
mode.
do you need to be in clean up mode?
Because
if I do something for my wife,
bag.
if I done something for my wife, I would have just stood there.
But
Done
then-
it for my wife. If I got enough character to do it in the first place, got enough character to stand by it after.
Trust.
I wouldn't do it, and then when
That's-
people go,
That's a good
"Oh,
point
what you
because-
doing?" and then go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did it." No, fuck that. If you cuss my wife to the point I had to get up on stage,
He didn't actually
to
say he was
her,
sorry.
yeah,
He didn't say he was
then
sorry that he did it.
I'm gonna
actually.
stand by it.
He didn't say that he was sorry that he did it. He said sorry to the Oscars and sorry to the people watching.
Yeah.
He said sorry to everybody but
then-
Chris Rock.
But then
Yeah,
why
yeah,
would he
yeah,
say
yeah.
that if his son was like, "That's how we do it," sending a tweet out saying, "That's how we do it"? Like, it's a bit crazy to be fair, but
Shit. People have their moments in it. I rate Will Smith. I like Chris Rock, but I think I like Will Smith more.
Listen, I don't think. First of all, I don't think Will Smith was in the wrong for doing it. That's not what I've said at all. What I think is, and as I said, did he want to do it? No. Do I think he's got a toxic relationship? Yeah. Either way, look at it, and I think that not because I know what's going on inside the house, but the way someone makes you feel like. If I went somewhere and I thought my missus tried to make me out to be an idiot.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
That's
That's the maddest thing. Imagine being someone you feel like the person next to you wants to downgrade you. Do you know what I mean? Like whether it's because he's the star and she's I mean let's be honest. Come on, yeah. So she feels she needs to do that. I don't know. Maybe they've got an open relationship. This is why I think the cheating thing weren't really a big thing.
It's not a biggie.
I don't think that's a big thing, but it's the fact that you got caught doing it that's a big thing. Because he's probably done it a million times, but it's never come out.
Yeah.
So she's done it and it's out now. His business is out in the street. So, what you gonna do? Like I said to you, I think their relationship is toxic. That's from an outside point of view. So I feel for him, if he, and this is weird me saying, but if he left her, I think that's the only way I'd be like, yeah, you know what?
down. He's down. If he leaves her, the bag's halved. Now it's toxic come Christmas time. Where's the kids coming? They're coming to
The kids
my
are grown.
household.
The kids are grown.
But still,
They can get their
want the
own
kids around.
place.
You know where they're going. We can't do it at the family events. Oh, I got my new woman around here. You got your new man around. It's long. At this point, they're not together. Well, the open relationship, but they're still doing their own thing. If you want to call that a relationship, that's up to you. But to me, that's not together. But they're still doing up family vibes. They're not having to half the bag. They're both, you get it. It's just amicable and they've found a way to live. That's keeping them happy
it's not
and
that,
their
though.
family happy.
It's
up
not.
until the business came on out the door. But she's doing up red table anyway, so it's like, fuck it. We got the content.
They're doing it in
You
film.
get it?
but really, no one would have known.
Yeah, they've been doing that red table show for
Yeah, no, but they're doing enough one about the Chris Rock slapping.
Oh, shit. You see what I'm saying? They got more content. These are secret, you know?
That's what I'm saying. It's genius.
They're secret. So,
Genius.
But really, no one would
game.
have known about that open relationship if August didn't make a song about it. Like,
Nah, but
Yeah.
people's been knowing about their open relationship before.
Really?
Nah,
I must
but
be late.
not out
I must
there
be
and,
really
like,
late.
no one had ever come forward and been like,
Oh,
yo.
yeah.
yeah.
Hollywood's weird, fam. Hollywood's weird in general. Like, I don't think love really lives there in the traditional sense that we know how love.
But everything changes, isn't it? It's like the dating
In the
game now, isn't it?
world.
Like, what? So we're all in relationship. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah. Pretty
Okay,
much.
so we're all in relationships. Like,
Pretty much not sure. Yeah, leave that. Leave that.
Friends for now.
so, like, the dating game's different. We're talking about love's different. Love is different because we're living in a different time. Love. That's why it's not the same as our grandparents. But can you imagine now? Like, I'm lucky enough to have never had to internet date. Or like be on, what's it called? Like Plenty of Fish. What's the other one? There's another one, a big one. Tinder, that's it, Tinder.
Bamboo.
I've never been on them. I missed
Bamboo?
all that.
What's it called?
That still
Boo-hoo.
exists?
I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know. That's what
You mean Bumble?
Baddie.
Bumble. Oh yeah, Baddie's the one as well.
Oh,
Apparently.
yeah. All right, cool. I think those are a few.
Gosh.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So the generation now, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, do you think you guys Do you think it'd be easier now?
I think it's more easy to cheat.
But even just to have a relationship, like, don't you think? Because I remember, like, 10, 15 years ago, if you said you met your partner on the internet, you was weird, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
You
that
was
wild.
crazy out here, like, what? You met on the internet? Internet dating site? Nah, now it's just like...
That's the way, isn't it? That's the way people meet people.
Internet dating, so... What do you think? Is internet dating a good thing?
I'll be honest. I met my partner on Tinder.
Oh, that was a toilet.
But it wasn't like, I would say it wasn't, my idea of it was quite skeptical as well.
Swipe
like,
right, yeah?
we swiped each other at the right side, to be fair. But like, I don't know, I feel like my perception is the same. Like, I found it a bit weird, to be fair, but I feel like you have to kind of grow with someone to kind of get into it. Like, you have to get to know them like really well, because you never know how someone is until you actually meet them.
Yeah. Tinder swindler and all of that.
Yeah, like all of that craziness. But I just think like internet dating, it's changed dating altogether.
But I think it's how it is now. I mean, you know, you see stuff on TV and the news and that, like, where people don't really like being approached on the road like they did once upon a time. You know, you start talking to people on the road thinking you're a weirdo, or you're trying to attack them, or, you know, it's not as common. You know, in clubs and these places, obviously it's normal, but if you see somebody just walking past this, it's not really the thing.
I think it depends on your game. Like, depends on
the world's changed. The world's changed. Luckily, I'm not in the dating
different
game,
strokes,
but,
different folks.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything wrong with internet. I've personally never dated anyone off the internet. Never used Tinder, any of them apps, not once. I've never had to, never needed to. Like, it's always just worked out like all right. But there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I know people, members of my family that have met people that have done it, like, used it as, like, you know, they've been working and haven't really had time to go out, and they don't see their friends too much, like children, whatever, and they use the internet dating apps as a way of kind of reaching out, and it works for some people. I know people that have got married off the back of meeting on internet dating sites, but me personally, it's not for me. Never used them.
I wouldn't say it's not for me. I'm just saying, like, obviously I missed that period, and like there's a point where now it will probably be easier. You know, nearly looking 40. I ain't really going out too many places, but
don't see people.
So it's convenience, isn't it? Everything. I think everything we do in this life is built towards convenience.
Imagine when the metaverse comes and you're meeting people in internet cafes or coffee shops, but you actually sat in your living room, but you're meeting all these people, you see their face. Cool.
Well, I guess when the metaverse comes in, a lot of people are gonna have a rude awakening, like to realize who they're actually meeting. But
is it gonna be like that? Where you're gonna be able to, like, design yourself?
If catfish is a big thing right now,
that's
gonna be different.
Nah, but there'll be ways though, because they can just verify you in it. You probably have to send in some passport picture, and then they can just do some visual face scan.
Yeah, just send a passport photo when you was 18.
If you ain't got that, then you ain't verified. And then people are like, well, I'm not talking to him, it's not verified. And it's like, shit, yeah, you gotta get verified.
I'm not getting verified. You know, 50% of people verified. I'm not anti-verification or anything, but, you know. Anyway.
Before we do that, obviously we've had a special guest on. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to say, you know, your podcast is starting very soon.
Let's go.
Before you sleep.
Yep, before you sleep.
What are we talking about?
Oh, it's just for artists, upcoming creatives, just kind of like sharing tips and advice about their journey, and just more or less me stripping the artist, really, like just making the world get to know them, really.
Oh, okay.
So,
getting deep and personal.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. No, that's a good look.
So yeah, guys, make sure look out for the podcast before you sleep. And yeah, this is the College Dropouts. Peace.
Yes.